Hey, Chip and Eric from TNVC here, and we're going to be talking about helmets today. There's a whole bunch of different types of helmets, and helmets are actually some of the most popular methods of mounting a night vision device to your head. We did talk about head mounts in another video, but helmets, due to their increased structural integrity, due to the fact that you can accessorize them a little bit more easily than a head mount, tend to be more popular. And there's two main types of helmets. You have your ballistic helmets and your non-ballistic helmets. So we're going to kick it off with the lowest price to the highest price, and I'm going to turn this over to Eric, and he's going to run you through some of these non-ballistic helmets.
Okay, guys. These two in particular are PT Bravo helmets. They come in two different configurations. You have a half shell helmet, and then you have the standard PT Bravo. Basically, these are a skater helmet. The interior has a foam padding system that's minimal adjustability, but towards the crown of the head you can adjust a little bit more. Basically, all the adjustability is in the harness in this type of helmet. It's a little bit limited, but for guys that are on a budget, this will work just fine. Now, these helmets come with pre-drilled patterns for shrouds. They come in a 3-hole configuration as well as a 1-hole. It just depends on what shroud you want to use. Picatinny rails on the side, and then also you got your Velcro for your patches and beacons and strobes or V-lights or whatever you want to put on there. Like I said, it's basically a skateboard helmet. Then we got a really popular helmet. It's our OpsCore base jump helmet. This is a very good helmet for the price. A lot of guys are saying, well, what's the best bang for your buck? And typically I refer them to this. It has some pros, some cons, but it's all about what you like personally. This comes with a built-in shroud system on this one in particular. This is the base jump. Obviously you get the bungees for your goggle system. Built-in rail systems, and they have proprietary attachments and accessories that comes from OpsCore, and you can get Picatinny rail systems here. Interface them. Obviously you got your Velcro around the sides and in the rear, if you want to mount a counterweight system, IR strobes. It's got a proprietary adjustment system in the back with a dial. This can be let in and out. Obviously the harness system is adjustable as well. And the interior, the padding systems come in a couple different configurations, and you get a few different sizes of padding. You can arrange these to how your head, it's comfortable to your head, and there's also extras on the sides, but if you're going to run Electronic Gear Pro or something like that, you don't necessarily have to run those. That's our OpsCore base jump. This is the Team Wendy Exfil. This is a really popular helmet as of late. This comes with a proprietary, if you'd like, Wilcox W shroud, and like the OpsCore, it also has the rail systems, and obviously Team Wendy sells all kinds of attachments and accessories for it. Picatinny rails on the sides. You got your Velcro and your bungees in the front. This is a little bit different of an adjustment system, but it's quite comfortable. It also has the rotating dial in the back, and the interior is not really a padding. More of sort of like a harness or a nest, as you could say. It's a very comfortable helmet, just a little bit more than your OpsCore base jump or your OpsCore carbon, but this particular helmet is a carbon helmet, so it has a little bit more rigidity and can take a little bit more of an impact. And
All right, now ballistic helmets obviously are going to be ballistic. They're going to have fragmentation stopping properties. Generally, you're looking at what's called a NIJ level 3A rating, which is good for frag, pistol calibers, and shotgun. It is not designed to stop a rifle round. I've seen it, but it's not designed to do that. So don't go buying one of these helmets thinking that it's going to make your head completely invincible. If it is going to stop a rifle round, it's going to be something that is kind of a 1 in a million shot. So let's start out with the basics. This is your typical ACH, or Advanced Combat Helmet cut. It's a full cut helmet, has a 4-point chin strap. This particular one is made by Rabintex. They're an Israeli armor manufacturer. It features Team Wendy foam pads on the inside and a Team Wendy chin strap, 4-point chin strap harness, which is adjustable and allows you to center the helmet. You can move the pads around there, just attached with Velcro, so you can get it where you want it, because you're going to be wearing this helmet for a long time and you want it to be comfortable. A lot of guys, when they put a helmet on for the first time, they're surprised at the weight, and they really have to get used to it. And even though the helmets themselves aren't really heavy per se, when you're wearing it on your head and you're not used to carrying that extra weight on your head, plus you're cantilevering a night vision goggle off of it, if you've got other rails and accessories and things like that, that weight really does start to add up. And after a few hours, you're going to feel it in your neck, you're going to feel it in your back and your shoulders. So you have to be cognizant of that. At the same time, that can sometimes play into your favor. Me personally, I like a ballistic helmet, even when I'm using a lightweight goggle like a PVS 14. The reason I like the ballistic helmet is because of that weight. It's giving me already almost a built-in counterweight, because you've got that goggle, it weighs about a pound or so, depending, if a PVS 14 is a little over 12 ounces. You've got dual tube systems that can range all the way up to almost 30 ounces on your head. That's a lot of weight to be cantilevering off the front. So when you've got that extra weight, a couple pounds that's more centered on your head, that's giving you a lot more support, and you can still add the counterweights, things like that. So these the Rabintex helmets are cut just like the current standard issue revision battle skins and Viper type helmets. It's a little bit more cost effective due to the fact that we purchase the shells pretty much naked, already drilled and finished, but then we add the chin straps and the pad systems from Team Wendy ourselves. The helmets are always going to be pre-drilled. You've got the different types of drill styles, same as on the non-ballistic helmets. This particular one is a single hole, so this is more of the Army standard type shroud. You've got the 3-hole style, which is a little bit more standardized by US SOCOM, Navy, and the Marine Corps. As you can see, there's different cuts of helmets. This one is cut a little bit higher to accommodate a little bit better ear pro. If you've got larger ear pros, such as the older Peltors, or if you've got even the smaller Comtacs or the MSA Sordens, sometimes these higher cut helmets are going to give you a little bit more comfort. They can be outfitted with different pads. This is the Team Wendy Epic Air system that is a little bit more, it's a little bit more customizable, gives airflow channels, things like that. And of course you can see there's the OpsCore arc rails that can be put on here that allow you to add things like lights and illuminators and video recording systems, things of that nature. Moving up, we've got the OpsCore Fast Ballistic Helmet. This is a very popular helmet with US SOCOM right now. It's almost considered the standard helmet for most of US SOCOM. It has the same kind of ballistic properties, the minimum ballistic properties as the ACH, but they actually exceed it in some instances. It's got the OpsCore proprietary Octal Liner, which basically is a stability system. It allows you to adjust the tension, almost like an industrial hard hat, and it's the same system that Eric showed before in the base jump helmet. But what that's going to do is it's kind of like putting a strap wrench around your head to stabilize the helmet so that the goggle isn't bouncing around as much, because again, it's going to be floating out there in front, and it's going to start moving around as your activity becomes more vigorous. Say you're running or climbing, negotiating obstacles, or even having to go hands-on with a suspect or an enemy combatant. It comes with the bungees, which basically can hook onto your goggle and help stabilize it as well, because again, especially this particular helmet, which is set up for Anvis style aviation goggles, they tend to move around a little bit because they're a little bit larger, a little bit heavier. So these bungees here can be used to hook on there and help stabilize it, and then when not in use, they're just stored right into the mount. Then we've got the Crye Precision Airframe helmet. The Crye Precision helmet is a little bit more out of the box. It's a dual layer helmet. You've got two ballistic panels rather than one single shell. And the reason for that is to give you some passive venting. Now, you got to remember your head aspirates the most out of any part of your body. That means that the most heat loss is going to happen from your head. And if you are completely covering your head without any kind of venting, all that weight is going to be all that heat is going to be trapped up there, and it's going to start sapping your energy. You're going to become more fatigued. You're going to start thinking, you know what, this sucks. I'm wearing all this equipment. I've got so much weight all over my body. I'm hot, I'm tired, I really don't care if somebody shoots me right now. I want to take all this crap off me. But with this passive vent, basically it allows a lot of heat to escape, and it's going to keep you cooler and much more comfortable so that you can keep your mind on the task at hand. So that's a feature that seems to really only be on the Crye helmets, which is definitely a paradigm shift in helmet technology. Now, as you can see, it does have OpsCore rails that are proprietary cut for this particular type of helmet. It has a 3-hole shroud up front. This is a Wilcox L4 3-hole shroud, and basically it's got a helmet cover, much like what we've put on this OpsCore fast ballistic helmet. The cover basically is there to help take some of the sheen and light reflectivity off of just the smooth surfaces of the helmet. It also gives you points for attaching foliage and other things to help camouflage you. It gives you places to route cables if you've got a battery pack that is going to power the goggles rather than onboard batteries. You're going to find so many different uses to customize the helmet, and I'm amazed at what I see some of these guys, whether they're professional military or law enforcement or civilian hunters and sportsmen, how they customize their helmet to best suit their particular mission. Looking at standard Team Wendy pads here that are customizable just like the standard ACH pads. And then what we've done on this particular helmet is we've replaced the chin strap that it comes with the same kind of cam fit chin strap that's available standard on the Team Wendy Exfil helmet. This cam fit is a ratcheting system. They basically licensed a company, BOA Technologies, to make this particular system, and it's a good way to, again, add stability to the helmet. So that pretty much wraps up the differences between all these helmets. Now, one of the things you're going to be looking at is you've got helmets such as these that are going to be under $100, and helmets such as these two that go up almost to $1,000. It all is going to come down to what your mission is, what your budget is. So if you don't need the ballistic protection, if you don't want the added weight, then by all means, the non-ballistic helmets are really the route to go, because it's going to give you the most bang for your buck. But if your mission dictates that you need a little bit more protection, or if you just happen to want to have a little bit more protection for just home defense, things like that, by all means, take a look at the ballistic helmets. We do require, for ballistic helmet sales, a ballistic armor waiver that basically is stating that you're not a felon, that you're not going to be using body armor in the commission of a crime, things like that. So you just contact us, we'll get you the form, you sign it, and send it back to us, and we'll process the order. So thank you very much for watching, and stay safe.